Reporting live from Hyper's Club in Atlanta for Hype Plus News, I'm John Abba.
Stop letting media put that false narrative in your head that somebody coming for you, because they not. You was born here. You was born on this land.
A few days ago, we reported on ICE agents swooping in on an apartment complex located in South Shore, Chicago. According to reports, the raid would focus on Venezuelan gang members and illegal immigrants who lived in the apartment. Now, what would also be reported is that Black American citizens and children would be detained in the middle of the night, a part of the raid. Now, this has caused concerns across the internet and other media outlets following the story. Now, when it comes specifically to Black Americans being detained during this raid, fellow Black online users were going to express their fears of being ICE's next target. Across social media and sites like TikTok, several would react to the news of Black people being held for hours by ICE agents.
Y'all know what's next, right? There's going to be white American citizens who are asking Black American citizens for their papers, for their proof of citizenship. I wish I was being hyperbolic. I wish I was joking, but this is exactly where we're going. We're going to a place where a white boy feels he has permission, not feels he has permission, will actually have permission from the federal government to ask you for your papers. I keep saying that immigrant issues are Black people's issue, and y'all keep pushing back, but I don't think y'all are hearing me or understand what I'm saying. I'm saying is they're going to use ICE to eventually harass us the way that they're harassing immigrant communities, not only ICE, but every federal agent, right? And we got to a point where you don't even have to be like a trained federal agent. They're literally just giving any white boy who wants to harass immigrants a job. But they're going to take it a step further, and they're going to give people permission to ask for other people's proof of residency.
Now, surprisingly, despite the concerns that some felt about ICE targeting Blacks in Chicago, some Black Chicago residents are pushing back on these rumors, even thanking Trump and ICE's actions to clean up their neighborhood.
At this point, y'all have really pissed me off, especially you so-called influencers who are taking parts of stories coming out of Chicago and using it for fucking clickbait and engagement. Now, I have been urging my people here to pause so that they can process things. Y'all talking about them coming down on that building out south. Whole time, that building used to be predominantly Black. That building was predominantly Venezuelans, okay? There are people from that neighborhood that have been complaining about that building for a year, okay? They showed y'all broken windows and shit that were already there. These are the things that y'all have to stop doing. And this is why I keep telling people here in the city, particularly Black people, pause so you can process. If y'all start responding to shit out of emotion, then you don't know what the fucking play is, because you haven't had time to actually think. What people are doing are trying to get a rise out of Black Chicagoans, okay? That was one incident. Then you had the guy out west that had the accident, and they pulled him out, and one of the agents was choking him, and people were recording it, okay? So again, follow-ups to all of these things, never. Nobody ever comes back with the follow-up. They talking about, oh, they're arresting Black people in Chicago. All of the Black people that they took from that building on the south side were released. The 37 people that they detained were all Venezuelans who were part of a particular gang. Y'all gotta stop doing that shit.
Chicago, you need to stop lying and saying, and people on this internet need to stop lying and saying that they're coming for Black people. Yes, there was a building in a Black community that was not majority Black, because it had been overran by illegal gang bangers. Let's be clear. So why everybody want to keep throwing that narrative around, half of South Shore is fucking invaded by illegals. That's the truth. So don't get on here saying Black people are being came for. They're coming because they're in our neighborhoods and our communities. That's why. So yes, they're going to go in buildings where Black people live and sleep, because they put them in buildings where Black people live and sleep. South Shore, born and raised. I know what I'm talking about. Stop pushing that narrative, because it's not correct.
Now, this same user would then visit the South Shore apartment that was raided, where she would even confirm with a resident that the building had been taken over by Venezuelan immigrants.
Yeah, they been busting windows out.
Okay, because see, that's again a narrative that they done put on social media is that the ICE came and busted out y'all windows.
That's a lie.
So them windows over there right there,
They didn't bust out no window. ICE didn't bust out some windows.
these was already busted on that floor up there. Same way you saying over here. This is the building that everyone is in an uproar about. So as I said, South Shore, this is your community, your neighborhood, and this building was not majority black when the ICE came the other day. Yes, black people were affected, but this building was overran by illegal Venezuelan gangs. And I just had several conversations with residents who are moving their stuff out of here that confirmed that. So stop letting media put that false narrative in your head that somebody coming for you, because they not. You was born here. You was born on this land. Rise up and stand up on something and stop letting any and everybody tell you something.
This conversation has caused many to question what rights do they have when encountering ICE, and do ICE agents need a warrant to arrest you? According to ICE.gov, agents can arrest you if they have suspicion. It goes on to read, ICE does not need judicial warrants to make arrests. Like all other law enforcement officers, can initiate consensual encounters and speak with people, briefly detain aliens when they have reasonable suspicion that the aliens are illegally present in the United States, and arrest people they believe are illegal aliens. ICE officers and agents can also detain and search people crossing the border. All aliens who violate U.S. immigration law are subject to arrest and detention, regardless of their criminal histories. Those with final orders of removal are removed from the United States. Now, according to NPR, the only time a warrant is needed by ICE is for arrests at homes or private businesses. In regards to the latest surrounding Chicago, protests have also begun in part of the city from those opposed to ICE's presence in Chicago. And this appears to now being used as a reason to send in the National Guard by the Trump administration. In a statement given to ABC7, a White House spokesperson would confirm Trump's move to follow through with sending in the National Guard. Amidst ongoing violent riots and lawlessness, the local leaders like Illinois Governor Fitzer have refused to step in to quell. President Trump has authorized 300 National Guardsmen to protect federal officers and assets. President Trump will not turn a blind eye to lawlessness plaguing American cities. So let's talk about it more in the comments below. What do you take from this latest response by President Trump to send in the National Guard to Chicago? And do you agree with these black Chicago residents that maybe this was a good thing to happen in their neighborhoods? Stay today for the latest news in comedy, culture, and sports by subscribing here to our YouTube channel. And if you enjoy content like this, check out hypersclub.com to get a membership to watch full interviews and more original content. And if you have a story you think we should cover, send us a message now at hyperalerts.com. Reporting live from Hypers Club in Atlanta for Hype Plus News, I'm John Abba.